Hey everyone, my name is Ford from NorCal Thrills, and today I'm bringing you an update from California's Great America for October 13th, 2023. I'm finally back with a new video for you all. In this one, we'll cover the second Tricks and Treats event at Great America. Tricks and Treats obviously being the family-friendly Halloween event that replaced Halloween Haunt. We'll also spend a little time covering the opening of Pacific Gliders, as well as some smaller changes from around the park. Let's get started. Let's start with Tricks and Treats. We'll go counterclockwise around the park and explore the 4 themed areas set up for the event, starting with the entrance plaza. Just like last year, the stage behind the carousel is set up for shows. This year brings us Patch's Halloween Bash and the costume contest. I love the big pumpkin with the animated eyes. One of the interesting new things this year is Ding Dong Doom, which gives guests an opportunity to win a prize if they take pictures with all the themed doors, one in each area. Continuing onward, Hometown Square has become Everfall again. Just like last year, this area is a traditional harvest-themed zone with tons of pumpkins and other gourds. Returning is a craft area for the whole family and a little hedge maze for kids to walk through. The entertainment in this area comes at the stage in front of Great America Theater, where you can see cartoon cowboys and bonfire tales. This zone has some of my favorite decorations from years past, like the corn chairs making their return, but also a new favorite, this very cute set of pumpkin animals. And finally, the Ding Dong Doom door here feels very traditional small-town Halloween-y. Next up, we come to Sweet Tooth Acres, which takes place in the front half of NorCal County Fair. And just like last year, this year we'll find an area filled with oversized candy and other sweets. Also returning is the Trick or Treat Trail, where kids can knock on all the doors set up and get some candy for their trouble. This year was a little more organized than last year, with a new queue set up, even though it was empty during my visit. You can also find the Pick-a-Pop stand here, where guests can pick out a lollipop to eat. The Ding Dong Doom door in this area is full of sweets and candy. That wraps up our Land of Treats. In between it and the Land of Tricks on the other side of the park, there's plenty of Halloween decorations set up. The back half of NorCal County Fair has oversized pumpkins and the pumpkin hearse for guests to take pictures with. Planet Snoopy, of course, has Snoopy all dressed up in his Halloween best. The bridge between Planet Snoopy and All American Corners has these festive pumpkin lights hanging up. And there's a very cool pumpkin photo op at the entrance to South Bay Shores. The first of the Land of Tricks is Ickyville. This year, the land is located fully inside of the newly refreshed All-American Corners instead of out by Mass Effect like it was last year. But expect the same type of gross industrial theming that you remember from last year, including everyone's favorite dabbing skeleton. Like last year, Slime Works returns where you can make your own slime, but this time it's at Pearl's Cookies stand on the corner. The stage in Ickyville has 3 shows: Bean Boozled, a jelly bean contest, Skelebration Dance Party, and Ghoulish Glowfest. It also has some very cool walk-around performers who interact with guests. And finally, the Ding Dong Doom door gets in the Ickyville spirit by being surrounded by dumpsters. The last land in the park is my personal favorite, Spooky Spire. This land, which takes place in Orleans Place, is again the darker, spookier Halloween area, with tons of tombstones and fog and hearses. The entertainment in this area comes via the stage in front of Flight Deck's Roll, where you can find Mike Dangerously, the Royal We, and the Spectral Sisters. I actually managed to catch the Spectral Sisters performing above New Orleans Candy Kitchen, and thought they did a fantastic job singing covers of popular songs. In addition to walk-around characters, the area features the Blood Bar again, serving up a variety of specialty cocktails and drinks. The Ding Dong Doom door here is as spooky as you'd expect. Of course, the event brings us some interesting new food and drink, as well as plenty of new merchandise to buy. Overall, I'm very glad to see this event return. They do a good job with all the decoration and theming throughout the park, and I love to see the addition of walk-around characters. The park seemed really busy and popular with families, which is fantastic. Although it always hurts to see the loss of a scary event, getting this in return is a fair trade in my eyes. But that's not all we have this week. Let's also take a look at NorCal County Fair, where we have a couple of new developments. Although the ride opened earlier in the summer, this is the first time I'm doing an update where Pacific Gliders was open. It looks so cool in the area and brings so much energy to the park. The former Action Zone truly looks better than ever. Next door, Grizzly had a fresh new sign. And both Tiki Twirl and the Centrifuge were open again, thrilling guests. I'm glad to see this awesome looking land back up to full strength again, and I commend the park for the wonderful job they did. And finally, we have a couple of quick updates from around the park. For tricks and treats, the park again brings back its chaperone policy, preventing unaccompanied 15-year-olds and younger from entering the park later in the evening. Over at Mass Effect, the ride was featuring fresh new graphics on both the exterior building itself and in the queue, replacing the faded, peeled ones that were there. And finally, there's a new game stand for kids near Planet Snoopy. And that'll wrap up our update for the day. In this update, we covered tricks and treats in the 4 areas in it: Everfall, Sweet Tooth Acres, Ickyville, and Spooky Spires. In addition, we took a look at NorCal County Fair finally being open at full strength, as well as some smaller updates from around the park. Like I mentioned, the loss of the scary event was hard, but Tricks and Treats is such a cute and fun event that it's really grown on me, and I enjoy myself every time I go. If you haven't been, I recommend that you visit before the event ends at the end of October. My next visit to Great America will be for Winterfest.